What is going every we back at it again? Another reaction type beat. You feel me? Two videos today. Man. I nigga Lonk takes. You feel me? Doom Slayer. How far would Doom Slayer get in Dragon Ball realistically? Low key, that nigga is ignorant. You know what I'm saying? Now don't get me wrong. I'm not like a big Doom guy in the lore. Like the last Doom game I played was literally on PC years ago, Doom 3, at my friend's house because he had it, and that was years ago. You know, I didn't really play the newer Dooms, even though I heard they're freaking amazing. You know what I'm saying? They ain't Game Pass, so they're not going anywhere. So yeah, and the new one just came out too. But I heard that I think the only criticism I heard, one of the criticisms is that like it's slower than the other two. You know what I'm saying? Gameplay wise, pace wise, you know what I mean? So that probably won't be an issue with me because I haven't played the other two like that. So yeah, I probably won't even notice. But yeah. But in Dragon Ball, like it's like you would think not that far. You know what I'm saying? Watching this nigga gameplay wise, you know what I'm saying? Like doing this shit is like, bro, it's like nigga, he'll get blitzed like that by any one of them niggas. You feel me? But the niggas he fight in his universe, they ignorant. You know what I'm saying? His ops, they ignorant. So yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I think bro really gonna go far. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even gonna cap. It's crazy to say that shit, but it is what it is type. But anyway, let's see how far though. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I don't know. But anyway, hit the video up with a like, man. Comment down below and subscribe with the 3K. Now subscribe, man. Follow me on Patreon, Twitch, and the gaming channel. Link in the description down below. Subscribe to my boy Lonk, bro. Get my boy to 100K. You feel me? He almost there too. He getting there. He did. My bro getting there, bro. He getting there. Anyway, let's dive on it.
The newest Doom game, Doom: The Dark Ages, comes out.
Yep. And on top of that, since the new game just came out, you feel me? It's gonna be some old ignorant shit. You know what I'm saying? Probably put them even up on there. Even though this is a prequel, so. Yeah.
And so I think it's a perfect time to finally talk about the power scaling of the Doom Slayer himself and the overall power of the Doom universe. As the Doom Slayer is known for tearing through massive hordes of characters as a one-man army, I think a 1v1 fight inaccurately captures the type of fighter that the Doom Slayer is. So today we're going to be putting him up against the entire Dragon Ball universe. So starting from chapter 1 of OG Dragon Ball and going all the way to the most recent events of Dragon Ball Super.
Yeah, right now, everybody in Dragon Ball getting folded like an omelet.
How far would the Doom Slayer get in the Dragon Ball universe?
Like you wouldn't even think like this nigga could fucking even contend with these demons right here. Feel me? You would think that.
Would he be able to rip and tear through all of it, or does he struggle with the farmer with a shotgun? Let's find out. If you like this kind of stuff, make sure to like, subscribe, and check out the links in the description, and let's jump right in.
They get it.
Now, the Doomverse, especially with the recent reboot in 2016, is somewhat controversial scaling-wise, as like with many other video game series, there seems to be a massive disconnect between the visual strength the Doomslayer shows on screen during cutscenes or gameplay, and the actual strength of the Doomslayer as stated in the lore of Doom. That's why some people genuinely think Doomslayer versus Master Chief is even partially debatable, or literally think the Doomslayer is just a kind of strong guy with guns. Both of these are simply downright incorrect ways to understand the character or what he's capable of. I understand
that fight with Master Chief, man, that shit was crazy though. You know what I'm saying? Hey, 117, like I said, I love you. But the shit you fighting ain't the shit, you know what I'm saying, he fighting. I mean, the closest thing he even got to him was in 4, right? With the Prometheusness, nigga. What's his name? Prometheus? I ain't played 4 in a minute. It was some of the Peter yeah, I think it was Prometheus. Prometheus or some shit like that. I think it was, yeah. But yeah, that's like the closest, I think. Guardians, I didn't even play Guardians, but Guardians didn't like it had shit like that anyway, so, you know what I'm saying, like 4, so, yeah. Same thing with like Infinite, so.
That the gameplay may make it look like the Doomslayer is getting hurt by, or that he's struggling with ultimately weak demons or enemies, but within the story, pretty much everything is low difficulty for the Slayer, and almost no one is comparable to him. And when they are, he simply surpasses them. But just to get this out of the way, using Doomguy without any lore is obviously not getting very far in Dragon Ball. Still, even with just gameplay, the Doomslayer is no slouch.
Oh yeah.
This insanely lowballed and inaccurate version of the Doomguy is at least large town level, as you can defeat
like this nigga soloing like all the humans in Dragon. He like all the humans on that planet in Dragon Ball. He's soloing, bro. He's soloing. I'm gonna give it to him. No cap.
Massive demons like Titans, who through just being able to move around at their size would wield
Hercule could never
level power. Beyond even this though, the much weaker version of the Doomslayer, back when he was just Doomguy, was able to defeat the original version of the Icon
See, this is Robin
who, while dying, destroyed untold miles of hell, which can get his physical power anywhere from city to island level in destruction. The essentially absolute limit of strength you can get the Doomguy to while ignoring lore is multi-continent level in power, which is when he uses the BFG 10,000
Big
to blow a gigantic hole in the surface of Mars. However, this doesn't really matter in a combat sense, as the BFG 10,000 is not part of the Doomslayer's normal arsenal. Also, speaking of arsenal, for the most part, I'm not going to be covering the hacks abilities of either side, because ultimately it's not going to matter for this video. If you do want to see that kind of stuff, there are plenty of other videos just the gameplay of Doom to show you what he can do. So, from these general values, how far is the Doomslayer getting? Based on the fact that he should just be unquantifiably stronger than himself from Doom 2 after numerous upgrades, the Doomslayer can be at least through the Pilaf saga. The strongest feat in this arc is of course Master Roshi destroying Mount Frypan, which is city to mountain level in power, which cannot scratch the higher ends of the Icon of Sin's dying spasms. However, the immediate next arc has Master Roshi
Yo, did I overestimate this nigga? Or was I tripping?
destroying the moon.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's overestimate this dude, bro.
Explosions the Doomslayer has created or survived. Even the previous
I know about Dragonball again, bro. I ain't watching the grip.
Fail in comparison to the output of the max power Kamehameha. Hypothetically, though, the Doomslayer might be able to beat Roshi before he ever transforms and uses the technique, which would maybe allow him to get a little bit further into OG Dragon Ball. But again, he would be hard stopped at the 22nd Budokai and King Piccolo saga, where characters like Goku and Tien have pretty solid arguments for surpassing anything Roshi should be capable of. So the ultra downplayed gameplay Doomslayer ultimately would meet his defeat before he even sees Piccolo Jr. Okay, so let's look at the real scaling of Doom and the Doomslayer. Frankly, the power scaling here is just a disgustingly massive jump. Remember the Icon of Sin? Let's talk about him again, as this demon would return in Doom Eternal stronger than ever as the final boss of the base game.
The final boss!
Repeatedly, the Icon of Sin gradually grows stronger with every moment he is on Earth, and would eventually grow powerful enough to destroy the Earth and create a black hole that would envelop the entire universe and bring it to hell. We get told that this is an active and present threat that needs to be immediately stopped or it will come to pass. Given that the Doomslayer is ultimately able to low diff the Icon of Sin and his armor, I think it's fine to say that this makes the Doomslayer anywhere from galaxy to multi-galaxy level, as he should just be outright superior to the black hole created by the Icon of Sin that would have enveloped the universe over time. Even if you disagree and think the Icon of Sin wasn't on Earth long enough to actually start this.
Okay, so the scaling before was him, you know what I'm saying, I guess, without the lore, and this is him with the lore, I guess.
Chain reaction, it won't impact Doomslayer's final
while the lore, and it's like, I guess it's gameplay wise, I guess. Okay.
Taking this scaling for now, however, how far does the Doomslayer get? Well, immediately, he obviously is now contending with the level of power of Dragon Ball Z. Using the anime, the absolute best scaling you'd possibly get for the Saiyan Saga and anything before is large planet level, which is a drop in the bucket compared to the universe enveloping black holes the Icon of Sin could potentially make. The same mostly also goes for the Namek Saga and Cell Saga, which either have solar system feats from things like Namek's explosion, or outright statements like both Cell himself and guides stating that his Kamehameha had solar system busting power. The only way to get these arcs higher is from statements that the main villains like Frieza or Cell could destroy the universe or intend to destroy the universe. But honestly, these statements are pretty much identical to those for the Icon of Sin. Without knowing the time frame for either of these statements, it's impossible to say which is better. So from this alone, Doomslayer at best gets as far as anime Cell Saga at a highball. However, the Doomslayer is nowhere near done.
Yeah, we're not finished.
We now need to talk about the actual cosmology of the Doom universe, as well as the current strongest threat he's taken on at this point, Davoth, and by extension, Hell itself. Buckle your seatbelts, because this is going to get a little bit crazy and very convoluted. Now, besides the Doomslayer himself, the thing most consistent across the main Doom narrative has been Hell. Hell is repeatedly stated to be boundless, endless, timeless, and that is ultimately unlimited by the boundaries of space, time, or dimension while transcending time and space. This is supported by the fact that Hell is explicitly a higher and superior dimensional plane to a space known as Urdak, a place that in and of itself is not only a higher dimension than the mortal plane, which contains infinite timelines and an entire multiverse, but it is just explicitly stated to be the 6th dimension, already making Urdak complex multiverse level. Hell, being a superior dimension to even that, would be even further into that complex multiversal tier. Now, by itself, the Doomslayer would not inherently scale to this cosmology if not for the fact that he's able to defeat Davoth in the DLC of Doom Eternal. Davoth is the ultimate Dark Lord of the Doom universe, and Hell itself was merely an extension of his power.
It's actually really
shit. Oh, I see why we're doing a prequel. If that was the main nigga, you know what I'm saying, in the second game.
Really interesting question, and it's going to be answered in DLC 2 in more depth, but I can say it is an absolute extension of the Dark Lord.
Ooh, I love it. I love it. Pretty much every realm and being I've mentioned up to this point, including Hell and Urdak, and even the Doomslayer himself, were either indirect or direct creations of Davoth. And he considers both making and unmaking these realms something as simple as doing it with his bare hands. Despite this, and literally using a giant mech suit to make himself stronger, he gets beaten and literally one-shot by the Doomslayer, who himself took seemingly no actual damage. And this is where the Doomslayer scaling stops for now, and probably will stop for a while. You see, Doom Dark Ages is a prequel to the original Doom 2016. And the Doom
that's what I'm saying. See, I didn't know that. See, I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? That was like the big bad. You know what I'm saying? In the sequel game, you know what I'm saying? And it had a DLC for the shit too. Yeah, I see why we're doing a prequel. You know what I mean? I see why. They already took off the main nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Slayer has gotten massively stronger since the events of even just 2016, so it's very unlikely that the game will provide the Slayer with any new higher scaling, as it would be completely contradictory if anyone or anything in that game comes close to Davoth in power. So, does anyone in Dragon Ball come close? Immediately, even just being baseline multiversal is putting Doomslayer in contention with the pinnacle of the Dragon Ball verse. I don't personally believe any feat in Dragon Ball even gets beyond the low multiversal class between Goku and Beerus in Battle of Gods, even taking higher end scales of the Otherworld being 4 or 5D due to one statement of it being transcendent. This wouldn't even get it as high as Urdak, let alone Hell itself. Even waking Dragon Ball by using out of context super dimensional statements, worrying about the concept of time statements, or beyond dimension statements, these aren't any better than those statements for Hell, which again is literally unlimited by dimensionality. In other words, if Dragon Ball high tiers are outerversal, so is the Doomslayer. So to answer the question asked by this video, how far does the Doomslayer get in Dragon Ball? He would be slamming literally everyone with ease, including the angels, gods, and Zeno himself. It's probably a far more fair match to put the Doomslayer up against something like Dragon Ball Heroes. And even then, depending on the continuity, he still probably has better scaling. Turns out the only thing the Dragon Ball verse has to fear is him. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. As always, thank you to my members who got to see this video early. Make sure to let me know how I
you would think that wouldn't be the case, but it's crazy. I didn't even know that about the Urdak shit. God damn. goddamn Dragon Ball, man. Cause Dragon Ball, they should take themselves seriously, low key. You know what I'm saying, when it comes to writing and whatnot. You know, because you would think these characters at this point in time would be OD at crazy. Like, you would think like nothing besides like DC or Marvel could contend. But like, nah, there's other shits out there. There are other shits out there, bro. Shit crazy. You would think that nigga would not even compete. Likes these people, but hey, and the guy, you know what I'm saying. Then if he, you know, the fourth game, you know what I'm saying, gonna be a sequel to like the second game. even higher feats, you know what I'm saying, scaling and whatnot, you know. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like they're not really like taking it like to the next level. You know, it's like they did like in the Dragon Ball Super arc, you know what I'm saying, Battle of Gods, the first arc, you know what I'm saying, with them clashing the fists and whatnot, that shit. Like you would think that would be the like, you know what I'm saying, just the peak, you know what I'm saying, tip of the iceberg type shit. Cause I expect these niggas, after they got divine key and shit like that, I'm expecting these niggas to go through planets, you know what I'm saying, just casually knocking off, you know what I'm saying, galaxies just in a fight or some shit like that. You feel me? Just like going crazy. Like say like for like the Goku Black arc. I feel like that fight should not have just been on Earth. I feel like these niggas got dragon thrown through the moon, another planet, all type of shit. A galaxy or two they got knocked off. You know what I'm saying? Like the universe should have been, you know, at stake. But the writing, like those, like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying, we condensing our energy, you know what I'm saying, suppressing our ki and whatnot, you know, key control, this and the third. You feel me? When we know, you know, power scaling wise, these niggas could do dumbass shit if they was just to let loose. Like if a nigga really did not give a fuck and just say air it out, they could do that. But they choose not to, man. They choose not to. I just wish, bro. I like me. Part of me wish like Whis, like, you know, since he's an angel, nigga can do anything, damn near everything he want to do. You know what I'm saying? Make like a pocket dimension that's like the same replica of like Universe 7, and like let Goku, Vegeta, Broly, Gohan go crazy. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you ain't gonna worry about nothing. Go crazy and just watch some niggas just go through just do dumb shit. I wish they would do that, but who knows, man? Maybe one day. You know, as long as Dragon Ball still goes on, you know, the feats, the power scaling, they're gonna get crazy and crazier and crazier. Cause like DC Marvel pushing like 100, them niggas pushing 100. You feel me? So yeah, it's gonna take a while for Dragon Ball. I think Dragon Ball like 40. You feel me? So yeah, and then on top of that, Dragon Ball had like hiatuses and breaks and shit like that. So it was gone for a cool bit. It was like it didn't like keep on going and continuing and whatnot. So yeah. But anyway, I'm yapping. Thank you for watching. You got some Dota reaction, man. Hit the video up with a like. Comment down below. You know what I'm saying? Let me know if y'all playing Do Not Arcades, and if y'all are, if y'all like it, let me know. I will play it, but my backlog is so fucking crazy right now. Like, Expedition got me by the balls. That's the game right now. 2 games I could already see, probably even 3. You know what I'm saying? Expedition, Doom, and I don't know what Oblivion even count. You know what I'm saying? I know it's like, you know, a remaster, aka remake. But I don't know that would count for like, you know, game of the year or some shit. Yeah, that's another one too. But yeah. Got the Lonks, bro. Get my boy to 100K. You feel me? But yeah, I'm yapping again. Love y'all, and I'll see you on the next one.